Hi, I'm Angie, and you're watching Dante's Vaccination.
There's a man standing here to our right, former two-division champion, Danny Garcia in the house. I'm here to not just say that this might be your next opponent, but I'm announcing that this will be your next opponent. What do you think of that, Errol Spence?
Might have tables turned. I've been calling you guys out for a long time. Like I said, tables will turn, and they will be calling me out now, and that's what we're getting right now. But like I told Al Heyman, as soon as I signed with him, I told him, you line them up, I'm going to knock them down.
Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come where you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. Basically, you will end up with a haircut, shape up, or edge up. What they do is tattoo small dots that look like hair follicles in the areas where you have lost your hair, and then blend it with your existing hair. You can even choose what type of hairline you want, hard shape up or a natural finish. And to maintain it, all you gotta do is shave every few days, which is something you were probably already doing anyway. So for my brothers in the UK and Europe, make sure you check out the Scalp This on Instagram. And if you're in the States, get in contact with Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. You can see for yourself on their page what these guys look like before. I mean, these guys are literally hair magicians. I've never seen anything like this before, but all I can tell you right now is this is definitely a game changer for us men. So make sure you get in contact with the Scalp This and Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So it's going down like a plane crash on November 21st, huh? Errol Spence, The Truth, versus Swift Danny Garcia. Now, Danny Garcia and Angel, they're both sounding confident. Danny Garcia, he just recently said that Errol Spence was exposed in the Mikey Garcia fight and the Shawn Porter fight. Now, that's really got me scratching my head, the fact that he would say that. Because last time I checked, Errol Spence, he completely shut out Mikey Garcia. And right after he completely dominated Mikey Garcia, Mikey came right back and fought an even bigger Jesse Vargas, and he dominated Jesse Vargas, which completely proved everything that I told you guys right after the fight. The win had nothing to do with size, so you can't even use the size excuse anymore. Matter of fact, I would actually pick Mikey Garcia to beat Keith Thurman right now. Now, there's one more point I want to make when it comes to Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence, because even Mikey himself, he admitted right after the fight, him losing to Errol had nothing to do with size. At the post-fight press conference, Mikey Garcia, he attributed the loss to Errol Spence's skills, his technique, his timing, being able to keep distance at the right time, knowing when to fight on the inside, being able to offset Mikey Garcia with a great jab. The only thing Errol Spence didn't do in that fight is knock him out. And that's attributed to Mikey Garcia's great defense. If you watch a lot of the combinations that Errol Spence was hitting Mikey with, Mikey was making sure he didn't get caught with anything flush. You go back and you watch a lot of the replays, especially in the second half of the fight, you'll notice a lot of those replays, Mikey was catching a lot of those shots. He wasn't getting hit flush with those shots. Knockout punches like the hooks, the uppercuts. He was blocking those shots. You know, Floyd Mayweather Sr. once told me the quickest way to get knocked out is trying to knock someone out. So my point is, while Mikey Garcia was still giving an effort, he basically went into survival mode. And trying to knock out someone who's in survival mode is the hardest thing to do, because the only thing they're focused on is not getting knocked out, not getting completely embarrassed. And that's the only thing that Mikey Garcia feels he was successful at doing in that fight. So I don't know what Danny Garcia is talking about when he says that Errol got exposed by Mikey Garcia. And then Danny, he says something even crazier when he says that Errol was exposed by Shawn Porter. Now, the reason why that sounds so crazy is because Danny Garcia, he actually lost to Shawn Porter. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a very close fight, but he lost at the end of the day. But even if Danny didn't lose to Shawn Porter, let's say he never even fought Shawn Porter and he just watched the Spence versus Porter fight and he came to the conclusion that Errol Spence was exposed, it still wouldn't make sense, because Danny knows, like we all know, styles make fights. Danny fights nothing like Shawn Porter. Danny Garcia is not a boxer, and he's not a brawler. Danny Garcia is a flat-footed counterpuncher. He'll stand in front of you and counterpunch. So what did he see in the Shawn Porter fight? Because he said this in an interview that he did, but he didn't go into detail. He just said that Errol Spence was exposed. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I do believe that this is going to be a tough fight for Errol Spence, especially coming off the layoff, the car accident and everything, and you're going in the ring against top 3, one of the best welterweights in the world. This is going to be a competitive fight. One thing about Danny Garcia is that he does fight to the level of his competition. So I expect to see a very good-looking Danny Garcia in this fight. I also expect to see the same Errol Spence that we've seen before the car accident. So I don't know what Danny was talking about when he was talking about being exposed, unless he was just talking about Errol Spence getting hit by Shawn Porter. But this is boxing, and that's not the first time that Errol Spence has gotten hit, and it won't be the last. Let's see how the fight plays out November 21st. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. You know, I always say on this channel, pay-per-view fights should actually be free. And now the day has come where I'm about to hook you up with an app where you can watch all your pay-per-view events, boxing, UFC, etc. for free. I want to introduce Block TV, the best internet streaming television app out there. They provide over 3,600 channels, including HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Stars. They have a massive video-on-demand library with over 40,000 of the new release movies and the latest TV series. And it also includes DVR, so you're getting all of this for $34.99 a month, and once again, that includes free pay-per-view. So this one right here is a no-brainer, guys, because back in Las Vegas, I was paying damn near $200 a month for my cable. Those days are long gone now. So to get the app, make sure you guys go over to getblocktv.com and put in my promo code and get 30% off your first month. You also get a free month for every friend you refer. The promo code is DBNation.